Hello artists, we've already talked about tints and shades and how to make them, so we're going to take that knowledge today and make some monochromatic maps. Are you ready? First of all, make sure your name and table code are on the back of your paper. Then you're going to draw a line around the outside edge of your paper. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Try to keep it sort of straight, but it certainly does not have to be perfectly straight for this. So you're going to kind of make like a little frame on your paper. All right? And then once you've done that, here comes the kind of weird part. We're going to actually use a coin. You're going to put the coin down and push it around with a pencil. You can't really control where the coin goes exactly, so you end up with all these wiggly lines and cool and interesting shapes. All right, once you've done that, outline it with a zebra pen so that it's easier for you to see. Later I went in and painted these lines, but for now I just traced them. I'm going to start with a solid purple. Okay, so the only colors I'm going to use for this painting are purple, white, and black. So I start with the purple, and I'm going to paint a few different shapes with this plain, ordinary purple. I'm not making a tint or I'm not making a shade yet. I'm just going to choose a few spaces and do that. Then eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little tiny bit of white to it, so you can see it's slightly lighter, and then I'm going to add a little bit more. I know I should have put this on the screen, but I thought it was on the screen, but it wasn't. Anyway, so keep adding some white to make lighter and lighter tints of purple, and then you're just going to make sure when you mix the paint that you have enough paint to fill in whatever space it is you want to paint that color. All right, so we have some lovely little sort of lilac and mauve shades here, and we're just going to keep painting them in as neatly as possible. Like I said, I went in later and painted some of those black lines over again after the fact, but we can go, you'll see that in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to add some shades. So I've got a little bit of black and some purple. A little tiny bit of black goes a long way. You can see how quickly this has turned into a really dark purple. I know it kind of looks black on the screen, but it is truly purple. You'll see that when I show you the example. All right, so we've done that. And then once we've done that, I've got two more spaces. I'm actually going to take the white light purple and add a little bit of that dark purple, so we kind of get this purpley gray color now. All right, paint that. And then I'm going to flip the paper over so it's easier for me to paint, because I've got this one big giant space. So I've mixed up a really, really light purple here, and I'm going to fill in that entire space. Okay, at this point, we're going to have to let our painting dry because we're going to have to draw on top of it, and it has to be really, truly dry. So we're only going to get this far in one day. Then you'll see I've drawn these little map icons that you can use to start adding to your painting and turn your monochromatic painting into a monochromatic fantasy map. You can add all kinds of things. There's a little fishing village, an octopus in the middle of the sea, sea monster. All right, so there's one version that I've done, and then here's another green version that I did. I can't wait to see your fantasy maps. All right, go forth and be brilliant.